Okay, for this tutorial video, let's have the weighted mean. The weighted mean is useful when classes or groups contribute differently to the total. This is computed by multiplying each value by its corresponding weight and dividing by the sum of the weights. This will be our formula. Now let's apply this formula over our first example. Over here. So in our first example, at the math department of a certain college, there are 18 instructors having a salary of 30,000. 12 instructors having a salary of 33,700. 7 associate professors with a salary of 38,600. 3 professors with a salary of 45,000. So the question here is, what is the weighted mean salary of all the teachers over here? So to compute this, we cannot like add all the salaries divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, because there are different numbers of people for each salary. So there is now a weight for each salary. So these are the weights and these are the salaries. So what we will do is simply you multiply 18 by 30,500. You will get 549,000 for this. The same thing with multiply 12 and 33,700. You will get 404,400. The same thing, multiply 7 and 38,600. The result is 270,200. The same thing with 3 times 45,000. The result is 135,000. So after multiplying the weight and the salaries, you add all of these numbers over here. So add all of these numbers, kini siya i-add ni siya tanan. So we have 135,000 plus 270,200 plus 404,400 plus 549,000. The sum is 1,358,600. At the same time, you add all the frequencies or the weights. So adding 18 plus 12 plus 7 plus 3, there will be a 40 nga total. So after which, the 1,358,600, divide that by the total weight nga 40. So dividing 1,358,600 by 40, the average or the weighted mean is simply 33,965. So this will be the average weighted salary of all the teachers. Let's have another example. Like for instance, below shows the grades of a certain college student. What is his average grade? Now take note, I cannot get the average by simply adding all these grades divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because there is now a corresponding unit for each subject. So for math 100, that's 3 units. So I'll be multiplying 3 units with 1.5. I'll be getting 4.5 for that. If I'm going to multiply the next subject, that's science 100, so 3 times 1.8, you'll be getting 5.4 for that. The next will be 3 times 1.3. That's 3.39, or 3.9 rather. The next will be 2 times 1.1. That will give us 2.2. The next will be 4 times 1.2. That will give us 4.8. And lastly, 5 times 1.4 will give us a 7. Okay, next, you add all of these, kining mga gipang multiply. So, we have 4.5 plus 5.4 plus 3.9 plus 2.2 plus 4.8 plus 7. You will be getting a 27.8 for that. Then you add all the units. That's 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5. There will be 20 units. So dividing 27.8 by 20, this will give us, again, 27.8 divided by 20 will give us a 1.39 average grade. Okay? Let's go to another example. You're familiar with customer satisfaction survey. So there is a customer satisfaction survey. Example lang ni ha. We have satisfied 5 for this, 4, 3, 2, 1. And these are the questions nga. Example, i-rate na ako as 5, 4, 4. Example, the friendliness of the crew, so on and so forth. So for instance, this is the result. Now, nagtali na ka sa mga results and you were able to come up with these frequencies. 4 rated 4 over question 1. For question number 1 again, 5 kabuok ni rate sa 3. 4 kabuok nag-rate og 2. 2 customers rated 1 for question number 1. The same thing with the other questions. For question 2, 7 rated 4, 3 rated 3, so on and so forth. Question 3, 6 customers rated 4, so on and so forth. And if you'll be adding all the numbers of frequencies in question 1, we have 15 as your total. The same thing with question 2, 15 po ang total. Same thing with question 3, 15 po ang total because 15 customers answered this survey. So how do we compute the weighted mean? So I'll be having this solution. For the column having a weighted mean, or rather a weight of 4, I'll multiply all these numbers by 4. This is 16. Multiply this by 4, you'll get 28. Multiply this by 4, you'll get 24. The same thing, if the weight is 3, you multiply it by 3. That's 15. You multiply this by 3, you'll get 9. Multiply this by 3, you'll get 12. For the column with a weight of 2, you multiply it by 2, you'll get 8. You'll get 6. You'll get 4 for this. And lastly, for the weight no 1, multiply it by 1, multiply it by 1, multiply it by 1. Now, how do we get the weighted mean? The total. We cannot do that not unless we get the weighted mean for each question first. So to do that, you add all of these numbers. Kana. Ato nang i-add para makuha nato ang weighted mean for question number 1. So 16 plus 15 plus 8 plus 2. There we have 41 divided by how many answered the questionnaire? 15. So 41 divided by 15, that will give us 2.73. This is the weighted mean for question number 1. Do the same thing with question number 2. You simply add all these numbers, so meaning 28 plus 9 plus 6 plus 2. The result is 45. 45 divided by 15 again, because there are 15 who answered this survey. The result is 3.0 or 3. And lastly, for the third question, you add all of these numbers. That will be 24 plus 12 plus 4 plus 3. The result for this question 3 is 43 divided by 15. That is 2.87. So 43 divided by 15, is 2.87. And then to add or to get the overall weighted mean for the questionnaire, for the survey, you add all of these things, all the weighted means. 2.73 plus 3 plus 2.87, you will get a sum of 8.6. Divided by how many questions? We have 3 questions. So 8.6 divided by 3, you will have 2.87 as your weighted mean. So, muna ni siya atong weighted mean for this question. These are the weighted mean for each question. And this is the overall weighted mean for the survey. So, this is how we compute the weighted mean.